So I've been sitting with May and trying to figure out how to even wrap it up. And honestly, I'm overwhelmed, but in the best way. I spent almost 2 weeks in California, which when you have a dog, you feel every single day of that, but it was so worth it. My friend Elise Atkinson came out from Minneapolis to watch me run a 5K. I'm running one a month now, just because, and her being there made it so special. And then she also was there to watch her sister, Izzy Atkinson, open up her art exhibition. And something about the way that she owned the room, owned what she was creating. I just like her generation is crushing it, truly. So bravo, bravo. I made my way up the coast. The Amtrak was down, so bus it was. And I reconnected with an old friend from New York who's now living out in California, Kimberly Wang, and her partner Frank. They have built the most beautiful life for themselves. You know, the people, like when you walk into their world and everything feels intentional, it's just that. And Kimberly loves dogs just as much as I do. So obviously, I love that. Then I took to the Pacific Surfliner and rode up to LA, which is where I used to live. And it was such a strange but good feeling. I do miss LA, but I don't miss living here. But being back in the city, seeing the spaces where I learned so much about myself, reconnecting with my people, it felt amazing. I stayed with my friend Chris Bettig and his partner Sarah in his house in Los Feliz. And oof, that view. Went to the observatory, ate good meals, talked, spent real quality time. And I also made them answer the Rolodex of questions. And I should not be in charge of group selfies. I have short arms, so there's that. Also, I reconnected with a former colleague. Hi, Fiona. It was just packed, and I felt like I am just living. And I got to see Mina and FJ DeSanto and Irene Bradish. Mina is the mom of my friend Colleen, and when we lived out in LA, she definitely mommed me too. Then I walked into my high school friend Jenna Murdoch's house and I just went, yes, I'm back, baby. I'm back with my people, her husband Kyle Murdoch and their kids. It's just something about that space and them that reset me, that warmth, that comfort. I needed it and I didn't even know I needed it. I went back to the beach for a birthday party, went to Track Fest, and someone ran a 5K in around 13 minutes. I'm sorry, what in the world? Like how? Oh, and while I was in LA, I connected with someone I originally met in Japan. I mean, who am I right now? I had lunch with my friend Cindy Kaluuya, who was part of my posse when I lived in LA. I just, May was also the 21st anniversary of my dad's death. I found out he passed while I was living in LA. So coming back to the city and going back, took the last photo of him, already carried something. And then to launch a show whose name comes directly in connection with something that my mother instilled in me since I was little. She used to always say, you are the company that you keep. I don't think that this timing was a coincidence. I think it was a confirmation. May was the month that I launched this podcast, and it was also somehow the month that I got to remember exactly who I am, where I come from, what I've done, what I've accomplished, and the people, the places, the full picture. It just came into focus. So if you're here, you're in good company. And I genuinely mean that.